Hi everyone, Happy New Year 2021. Welcome to the Hack the Hackers channel. Today's topic is cloud security. How do you secure cloud? Part 1. Let's get started. You need to know the cloud fundamentals thoroughly so that we can learn cloud security. If you are new to the cloud, go through my previous video on the fundamentals of cloud and its principles so that it will be easy for you to learn cloud security. And once again, Happy New Year 2021 greetings to all of you. In this slide, we will discuss about the table of contents for this session. They are about the channel, models of cloud security process model, governance in cloud, contracts for work governance in cloud, compliance, data lifecycle in cloud, management plane security, business continuity and disaster recovery, infrastructure security in cloud, incident response lifecycle in cloud, application in security in cloud, data security and encryption, identity entitlement and access management, security as a service, other service using cloud, about the next session. So okay, in this slide we are starting this channel for all the viewers who wants to learn basics of information security and get relevant skills in this area for finding suitable job in this area. Through this channel, we will also educate the viewers on life securing information security and cybersecurity skills. Anyone who is beginner until expert level will find this video interesting, as well as for the users of digital era, one must know the basics of information security and secure the applications, secure assets, secure transactions, secure information, rights and privacy of data, what is cyber crimes, follows the password policies, etc. There are various security challenges at various levels. As the digital and internet penetration and spread is taking place across the world, not only in the urban areas but also in rural areas, including developing and underdeveloped countries, it is prime important to know how to be secure in digital world, in cloud, IoT, AI and AML, ML, in using mobile, in securing apps, in internet world, in using desktops and laptops, in using financial and banking transactions through various apps, to avoid phishing attacks and password management, etc. This is Presley and I am the presenter in this channel. The channel is named as Hack the Hackers as it deals with security in general life, prevents the users being duped or cheated in this digital era. About the presenter, I am having 14 years of experience into information security and advanced master degree in mechanical engineering from State University of New York at Buffalo. This channel, as I said, will address most of the things in layman's language for beginners in information security and will be interesting to the experts. This video will provide the guidance to the cloud security part 1 so that you have firm grasp of the subject, as it is elaborate and comprehensive. As I said, I have published a couple of ebooks in Amazon, Kindle version, The Information Security for All, and paperback version, The World of Information Security. We have started our startup Digital Express Online, which deals with digital business and cybersecurity. Also get connected to me professionally on the LinkedIn. Okay, the models of cloud security. CSA's enterprise architecture. Cloud security architecture helps cloud providers develop industry recommended, secure and interoperable identity, access and compliance management configurations and practices. The CSA, that is Cloud Security Alliance Enterprise Architecture, creates a common roadmap to meet the cloud security needs of your business. It is both a methodology and a set of tools that enable security architects and enterprise architects and risk management professionals to fulfill a set of common requirements that risk managers must use to assess the operational status of internal IT security and cloud provider controls. CSA Cloud Control Matrix. Maintaining cloud governance, risk and compliance is becoming increasingly difficult. The more complex systems become, the less secure they become, even though security technologies improve. With the proliferation of security certifications, industry standards and regulations, it is becoming increasingly challenging to keep up with the requirements to stay secure and compliant in the world. Why was a CCM created? To respond to simplify the process of assessing the overall security risk of a cloud security provider. The cloud security provider created the Cloud Control Metrics CCM. The CSA, Cloud Security Alliance, created the Cloud Control Metrics CCM. The CCM provides a control framework that gives detailed understanding of security concepts and principles that are aligned to the best practices outlined in the Cloud Security Alliance Security Guidance for Cloud Computing. The foundations of the CCM rest on its customized relationship to the industry-accepted security standards, regulations, and control frameworks such as ISO 27001, 27002, ISACA COBIT, PCI, NIST, Jericho Forum, NERC CIP, and will augment or provide internal control direction for service organization control reports attestations provided by the cloud providers. NIST publication 500-229 provides the following. Identifies a core set of security components that can be implemented in a cloud eco forum to secure the environment, the operations, and the data migrated to the cloud. Provide for each cloud actor the core set of security components that fall under their responsibility depending on the deployment and service models. Defines a security-centric formal architectural model that addresses security layer to the current NIST SP 500-292, NIST Cloud Computing Reference Architecture. Provides several approaches for analyzing the collected and aggregated data. ISO IEC 2717-2015 gives guidelines for information security controls applicable to the provision and use of cloud services by providing additional implementation guidance for relevant controls specified in ISO IEC 27002, additional controls with implementation guidance that specifically related to cloud services. This recommendation international standard provides controls and implementation guidance for both cloud service providers and cloud service customers. Cloud security process models. The security process model describes the process that needs to be followed to implement cloud services. They are as shown in the diagram. Identify requirements, select provider, service and deployment models, define architecture of the cloud, assess security controls, identify gaps, design and implement controls, and manage changes. How to govern the security in the cloud, and what are the parameters or attributes that are needed for the governance of cloud security. They are listed as follows. Governance and enterprise risk management, legal issues, contracts and electronic discovery, compliance and audit management, information governance, management, plane and business continuity, security as a service, infrastructure as a service, infrastructure security, related technologies, application security, identity entitlement and access management, virtualization and containers, data security and encryption, incident response notification and remediation. We will see all of this in the next slides. Contract for governance. The first thing is to contract signed between the cloud service provider and your organization, which describes the internal controls in details and what cloud security is in your control and what are in CSP's control. The document must clearly identify and make accountable with roles and responsibility to manage cloud security from both sides. The CSP, that is cloud security provider, is responsible for the security on the cloud, and customer or your organization is responsible for the security in the cloud. Let us see some examples. Security of the cloud by CSP. Cloud infrastructure, compute, storage, networking, database, etc. Regions, availability zones, and its associated facilities and its physical security. Cloud security in the cloud by the customer. Tenant specific workload infra, OS network, firewall configurations, protection of network traffic, client server side data using suitable encryption technique, application, identity management, platform, and customer data. These are all the examples of both cloud of the security of the cloud and security in the cloud. Compliance is very important when it comes to cloud. That is, we need to adhere to compliance requirements of our customers who are the users of our services that we have in the cloud. Compliance has 5 dimensions: the CSP, that is cloud security provider, our organization, our customers, our vendors, and regulatory bodies. We have compliance agreement with each of the first four, that is CSP with our organization with the customers, and our organization with our vendors. There is contractual compliance in place with above requirements. We also have regulations such as HIPAA in US for securing health related data, GLBA in US, GDPR in European countries, and we need to adhere to. There are legal and jurisdiction that needs to be addressed in the agreements and the compliance to the various requirements. There are heavy penalty for transfer of data outside the country borders. There are minimal level of encryption for data in use, data at rest, and data during transmission. There are stringent laws such as penalties and even imprisonments for violating the law and regulation of the land. For example, you cannot have cloud set up outside the European Union and transfer data outside Europe as per the GDPR. So your availability zones and the regions and the data center must lie in the European Union. Fine amounts to 4% of the global revenue or 20 million, whichever is greater. We need to retain data for a specific period. All the audit logs, system configuration details, change management records, activity reporting, and must be available for a specific period for any audit by a regulatory authority or by legal authorities. As you see in the diagram, the data in the cloud must be secured. It is destroyed over a period of time. The data lifecycle management consists of creation, storage, using, sharing, archiving, and finally destroy. The process of data life management has 3 entitlements. Those are read, process, and store. The access to the data must be restricted and appropriate measure taken in the form of masking, hashing, and encryption at very appropriate place must take place. For example, the credential may be stored by using SHA 3.0 hashing algorithm when the data when the data is in use, its character must be masked. When the data is in transmission, the TLS 2.1 encryption must be applied minimum, and when the data is in storage, the minimum encryption is AES 256-bit encryption, and when storing the encryption keys, you need to use RSA 2048-bit encryption. The management plane security. Here, the management plane must be restricted to key members of the organization who needs to ensure perimeter security, authentication, authorization, entitlements, logging, monitoring, and alerting. The management plane must have different dashboard based on the roles and entitlements. Entitlement means the level of access one must have. There are various roles such as users, admins, service admins, and master account. Logging, monitoring, and alerting must be enabled for the management plane security and must be analyzed for any possible breaches or issue of security. Most of the cloud service providers have their own level of business continuity and disaster recovery management. For example, you can use multiple VMs for mirroring of the data at various specific levels. Similarly, you can have data center level BCP and DR, then you can have regional level BCP and DR, then you can have zonal level BCP and DR, and finally you can have country level BCP and DR. However, be careful for the regulatory and legal compliance when it comes to country level BCP and DR, as you might be transferring sensitive data outside the country. Infrastructure security in cloud. In this slide, we will discuss infrastructure security in cloud. Firstly, we have SDN, or the software defined network, which is provisioning the network bandwidth and other network devices on the fly using the cloud software. The benefits are cloud isolation, SDN firewalls, etc. Then comes microsegmentation and software defined perimeter, or SDP. The microsegmentation is the process of running more smaller and more isolated networks without incurring any additional cost for the hardware. The The SDP is the processor of the CSC software defined perimeter group working group has developed a model and specification that combines device and user authentication to dynamically provision network access to resources and enhance security. SDP includes three components: an SDP client on the connecting asset, example a laptop, the SDP controller for authenticating and authorizing, SDP clients and configuring their connections to SDP gateways, the SDP gateway for terminating SDP client network traffic and enforcing policies in communication with the SDP controller. The other requirements are monitoring and logging at the infrastructure level. Vulnerability assessment for the network and application must be carried out periodically and vulnerability is mitigated. The storage of the data in the database needs security such as data access management and encryptions. Server security is the handling of the servers with necessary accesses, disk encryptions, authentication of the accesses, port security, host-based intrusion detection prevention, and network intrusion prevention and anti-malware solutions. There needs to be redundancy for the single point of failure in servers. Overall, the compute security must be configured at all levels of VMs, to add data center, to regions, to zones, and then country. Containers are making big bucks in the cloud arena as it provides encapsulation, portability, abstraction, and isolation at the infrastructure level to the applications. Security of the containers must be enhanced by making sure you have access to the containers and they are isolated from other tenants and other containers. Incidents happen however perfect you manage or configure systems. You must need robust incident management in the cloud with defined SLA in order to minimize breaches, downtime, and other issues. The incident response lifecycle in cloud consists of preparation, detection and analysis, containment, eradication and recovery, and post-mortem. Incident must be handled with proper care and must address the incidents as early as possible. Ensure there are no repetition. The escalation matrix and the incident response plan must be documented and followed. Application security in cloud. In this slide, we will see what are the requirements of application security. Ensure you have the following: secure coding best practices, secure code review, security in every iterations and every phase of the SDLC, security functional requirements, threat modeling, unit testing, static and dynamic security testing, vulnerability assessments, dynamic analysis, and other tests in the quality testing. Now coming to data security and encryption. Data security, we have already discussed about the data at rest, data in use, and data during transmission in one of the slides. Next is CASB, which is Cloud Access Security Broker. CASB sits between the users and the cloud and monitors the activities of the users in the cloud. URL filtering is ensuring that the malicious categories of URL are blocked, are not browsed, and it is done in the firewall. DLP in data loss prevention has three parts: web DLP, email DLP, and endpoint DLP. For now, these three things exist in the DLP. We will discuss about each of them in some other session. DAM stands for database access management, ensuring the authentication is done and the database activities are monitored and access the database is restricted to few admins only. We have already discussed about the key encryption and how the encryptions are applied. EDRM, also called as Enterprise Digital Rights Management, that is who have access to sensitive information of files and what level. Splunk is a SIEM solution for alert management. Finally, in the cloud, monitoring, auditing, and alerting must be enabled and analyzed on periodic basis. Identity entitlement and access management. Here we will discuss the identity entitlement and access management. For example, SAML 2.0, that is Security Assertion Markup Language, is used for authentication in the cloud. It sits about the OAuth 2.0, which is authorization layer, that is who should have what level of access. OpenID is a way to eliminate multi-user accounts across multiple websites by making the user login once and have access to multiple disparate resources on and off the web. XACML stands for Extensible Access Control Markup Language, which is a standard for various access control implementation by multiple vendors. It has three elements: rule, policy, and subject. Rule is a policy, can contain any number of policy elements and policy set elements. A policy can contain any number of rule elements, and a subject is an entity requesting access. Please refer multi-factor authentication in my previous session on firewall security and audit. It is discussed in detail. Now in this slide, we have security as a service. There are two types of security services in the cloud. One is a native security provided by the cloud security provider, and second is a security as a service offering provided by the third-party security providers. Benefits of the third-party security is that it enhances the security further in the cloud along with the native security offerings. Concerns are it is costly and require third-party access to some of the cloud components. The security offerings by the third party are listed in the slide. The other technologies that are having their ground in the cloud are required various other security measures for the cloud components and cloud applications. The examples are big data, Internet of Things, mobile apps, and serverless computing. The last one, as the name describes, is not without servers, but it means no need to worry about the servers. Finally, at the end of the session, we have next session video on application security. How do you secure apps? Part 1. In case I missed anything in this session, then you may subscribe to my channel to comment and I will clarify all your doubts. Share with your friends. Sharing is caring and help them to learn as well. Click on the bell icon and get my next video notification. Subscribe now. Thank you. Looking forward to stay connected with you all, and Happy New Year 2021. Thanks.